Oh, hey, you startled me. How you doing? Stony Creek here. Just finishing up a project. Let me tell you about it. So I finally got the wiring done. I'm pretty excited about that. Let me show you how I started out. I wanted to do as much as I could on the back of the pickup. As you guys know, I don't like ladders. I wanted to go ahead and run this wire through the conduit. That way that'd be less that I'd have to do on the ladder later, and I can hang this just as a single assembly. So you can see that I've started this wiring process, getting this thing hung up, and I want to show you how I'm going to splice all this. But wouldn't you know, nature had other plans. That's right. So in the middle of trying to film this wiring, our first doe that we had bred here on the farm decided to go into labor. So of course that interrupted my filming, and I had to stop and watch her a little bit. She ended up having twins, and life was good. And we're pretty excited about that. First time doe having twins, they're up and going strong. So that always makes you feel good. So we finally got the rest of the old edition wired in, and this is what it looks like in the dark. And here it is with lights. And then the light in the existing tack room actually did work once we applied power to it. So what you caught me in here doing today, I was just finishing up wiring the new edition. Let me show you how that looks. So just like in the original structure, we used 2 LED lights. I wanted to use LED lights versus the old fluorescent lights. That way they're not affected by the cold. I don't have to worry about a ballast starting. And also it conserves so much more energy that way. Uses a whole lot less electricity. Well, instead of me just talking about it, let's flip a switch. Let's see what they look like. Ta-da! It's still pretty light out here, but I think that's going to make a pretty good impact once it gets dark. Lights off, lights on. I'm going to say this is one for the win. Light switches here. This outlet is always live, and it's one of the new safety type. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but it's got plastic caps in there so you can't just stick something in there. It actually has to be the prong. So this guy's always live. And then that outlet, it's only controlled by the switch itself. Now it's been a while since I've shown you inside this new edition. As you can see behind me there, we've got that chute handling system, the goat handling system in here. One of the next steps, I'm going to be running the chutes through there, so that way we can actually start using this guy. Since it's daylight, I wanted to show you this as well. This is one of those LED 4-foot light strips. That's the other one over there. And of course, here's that assembly. Again, this plug is always live. And that switch controls that outlet, which powers both those LED strips. Now, of course, I couldn't bring you back out here without looking at babies. Now I've got the mom and the new babies in behind the gate. We'd call this a tub. And I normally do that with the first timers just because they haven't gained that trust with me yet. I want to make sure that they're doing what mama goats are supposed to do and nursing their babies and getting them up and getting them cleaned off and all that. And this way it just gives us that good warm fuzzy that mama goat's doing what she's supposed to. This one's actually turned out to be a real good mama. And I would say 99% of the Kikos will be good mamas first time. But we wanted to just keep an eye on her. I'm going to give her another day or so in here, and then I'm going to turn her back out. We've got a lot more first timers getting ready to have kids. We're going to need this pen. Those are little dudes that was born December 31st. Over there with mom. Here's the other one. So you can see, of course, we let babies run with the herd. We don't always keep them all locked up all the time. And while I'm out here, I might as well show you We got a lot of big fat miserable mamas. They are due anytime. Well, I appreciate you hanging out. I've got a lot more chores to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. But I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next video.